So, hi, hello, my name is Latoya. Welcome. I have been a classroom teacher for 8 years. This year is year 9 for me. It's been rewarding for the most part, and I've gotten to celebrate student success and guiding them and watching them grow academically and personally. Notice that students have challenges beyond academic trauma, instability, all of these things that then affect us teachers in the classroom. And there's just a lot of supports that students need beyond the classroom. I was interested in social work before I even started teaching. It's something I thought about doing, like going to school for, but ultimately I decided with education for some reason, in part because I had started a program before I joined the Army. And then I was thinking that I would just wait until I retired and then go back to school for social work. But my current situation is making me feel like social workers are needed more in the school setting, particularly. My school is unique. I teach in the second largest district in Georgia, and my school, elementary school, is on state list because of test scores. So we are constantly having people come in to observe us from the district and from the state. We just had state observation on Thursday. And I feel like they're focusing on the wrong things. Things that teachers, like things we can do, but things that don't affect test scores if other areas don't improve. And so my school, for example, we found out that we had the highest absenteeism rate in the whole district. And this is an elementary school. So it's not like they're skipping school. They're not coming to school and their parents are letting them not come to school. So, I don't know. Also, the social worker told us that our school, there's like 10% are classified as homeless. So I'm like, there are other situations at play here, but they want to focus on lesson plans. Like, does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense to me, which is why I decided to go ahead and go back to school for social work with the ultimate goal of becoming a school social worker. At least I think that's the plan. We'll see when I do my internships. That may change. So I think being a teacher will give me a unique perspective of being a school social worker, because I understand classroom dynamic, things that happen in the classroom, especially as a special education teacher. So I think I could kind of bridge the gap between academics and student support. Ultimately, my goal is to help students thrive in every aspect of their life, and a lot of them are just having difficulty with emotional regulation and social interaction. I'm hoping to be someone who can support them, not during just crises or challenges, but also help them, give them the tools to prevent challenges from, like we like to say at my school, preventing small problems from becoming big problems. I think moving into school social work will help me expand my impact into a larger and more meaningful way. But again, like I said, who knows what happens when I do my internship. I may be like, this is not for me. I don't know. I still would like to work with kids and children in the future, whether that's as a school social worker or as a mental health therapist, maybe at a hospital as a medical social worker. I don't know quite just yet, but I wouldn't mind doing school social work. So now, timing wise, right now with the person who's in charge of our country may not be the best. However, I figure by the time I'm close to graduation, his term will be close to being over. Also, I just found out recently that Georgia is proposing more funding specifically for school social workers. So they are trying to put an emphasis on that. So I'm guessing that means maybe more. Right now, my school social worker, I think, has 3 schools. So she's overworked. It takes a while sometimes to get things done. Like, there's a student who needed glasses. It took maybe a month before the student was able to get a replacement pair. So I am still early in this journey. I'm only doing 1 class at a time right now, and I'm in the middle, a little halfway done with my first class. The school that I am at, the 7-week terms, which is helpful, I feel like, especially with me only taking 1 class at a time. So spring semester technically is spring 1, spring 2. So I will be taking another class right after this 7 weeks is over. And then this is considered the foundation year since I do not have a bachelor's degree in social work. So I'm thinking though after this foundation year I may go to full-time and take more classes so I could be done quicker. Alright, so thank you guys for listening and following along on this journey. I will see you in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe.